Top 5 beginner scooter tricks. First, you need your helmet and your scooter. Trick number 1, the bunny hop. For this trick, you want to have your hands right in the middle of your grips and go put both of your feet on and jump like you would do to jump for a basketball, but you want to hold on to your scooter and glue your feet to your deck. Example. Number 2, the 180. For this one, you would need to know how to bunny hop, and when you want to bunny hop, you kind of want to lean back and try to look behind you. And when you do that, you're just going to lean back, look behind you, and that's how you can do it. Example. Example number 2, a half cab. Number 3, the manual. To do this trick, you want to place your foot either in the middle or the back of your deck, so you can lean back easier. If you do it in the front, it's a lot harder. To do this trick, you want to put your foot down to practice it and just walk with it, and then put it up a little and walk with it if you're going to fall back. And for 2 feet is a little bit harder, so you can use this foot to like balance yourself and not fall back on your head. And yeah. Number 4, the bar spin. The bar spin is very hard if you don't know how to form it, and it takes a long time to get it, at least for some people. You want to place your hands on the inside of the grips, not out, because outside's a lot harder, at least for me. So you want to place them about like right where you have just a little bit, like a centimeter of grip left. And you want to put one hand off. If you want to spin them this way, you take your right hand off and you want to go through until you can't reach any more, and then you just throw them and put it back on. So, like that. For people who do them opposite, you take off your left hand and you go same thing. For this one, you want to get a high bunny hop, because then you can look at your bars slower and try to catch them easier. And a good way to practice this is hold a manual position and just flip them like this. And once you get the speed down and you'll be able to catch them every time, then you can do this. Number 5, the hardest one, the tail whip. For this, you want to have your hands on the outside of the grips, because it makes it a lot more easier to flick it around. Unlike if you do it the inside, you don't have as much leverage. For foot positioning, I like to have my back foot at like touching my brake, so I can flick it a lot faster and harder. Unlike if I have it up here, you can't get as much of a speed flick. And if you push Mongo, which I don't do, and I don't know how people do it, is you flick with your top foot, but it's a lot harder in my case because I just don't like it that way. And yeah, ways to practice it is put your arms where you want them and just flick and just hold it there. Try to flick it as hard as you can, because then when you do it, you can do it so much faster. And if you're doing off a ramp, I would recommend trying to catch it in the air, bring it down, and doing it like that. Example number 1, you can do it on the flat ground. This one. Example number 2 is that you can do it off a box, a ledge, a curb, anywhere where you're jumping onto a flatter piece of land. Example number 3 is probably the hardest example. It's a feeble grind to a tail whip off, mostly a box. So I think the box is the easiest.